He's the killer. All righty, good afternoon and welcome to study session. All righty, Councilor Green.
Thank you, Madam President. Item 8A will be held at our voting session, and we'll have a committee meeting to discuss it.
Thank you. I have item 9, and I will call that one ready. Thank you. All righty, Councilor Driscoll.
Thank you, Madam President. Then I call that one ready.
Thank you, sir. Councilor Green.
Thank you, Madam President. Item 11, I'll just open it up if any councilors have any questions on.
I still have questions, or I guess you can call it concerns. I think this contract is very unclear. It remains riddled with unanswered questions, and I think it should be 2 contracts. One between the Neighborhood Community Support, UNSAC, and then the other should be city services with SU's physical plant. City services would include DPW, parks, and police. There's a lot of detail in there, and I think it's too heavy. Thanks.
Any other councilors?
Councilor Green, I also want to thank Commissioner LaFave and Commissioner Michael Collin for the request and the email that they just sent. Had made a request that we add an annual report to the contract between the park, SU, and the TPA, just to keep everything transparent. And I appreciate that. I think it will. In my mind, it will add a little bit of relief to the sense of questions that a lot of people have about what SU will be doing and how they are going to execute this contract with the city. I think having that layer of transparency between the community, the city, and SU, I think helps. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Any other councilors?
A little bit on that. It's a 5-year contract. We can always go back every 5 years and review and revise what worked and what didn't. So I think it's safe.
Any councilor? Other councilors?
Councilor Green, if I may, and this question is for Corey. So when I looked at it, I guess I didn't realize that the OOMPA money had been incorporated into the service contract already from the beginning.
The UNSAC money, yeah, the 2 agreements were tied back in 2011. That was part of the negotiation that Mayor Minor reached with SU, was to create an overall agreement which would include the UNSAC funding, but also separate contributions for services. So that's the first time that those the 2 agreements were tied together was in 2011, and then again in 2016 when it was renegotiated.
But you said that it was separate.
So UNSAC existed first, when it was established in 1993 for 20 years. It was set to be renewed in 2013, but Mayor Minor approached SU. They answered her call for contributions from nonprofits, and they created an overall contract in 2013 that included UNSAC and also a voluntary payment to the city, what's referred to as the services agreement. So UNSAC and the services, that voluntary contribution, were tied together first in 2011. Then 5 years later, she renegotiated another contract in which included UNSAC and an increase in SU's voluntary contribution. So that was in 2016. And so that's the precursor to why these agreements are tied now, because they have been for the last 2 negotiations. It's not, I understand Councilor's concerns, but it's not a new arrangement.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions on this item? Okay, thank you. So for my remaining items, item 12 will be held. Item 13 will be ready. Item 14 will be held, and item 15 is ready. Does anyone have any questions on those?
What are you doing with 11, Counselor?
11's ready.
Thank you. All righty, Counselor Hogan.
Thank you, President Hudson. Unless there's any questions from my colleagues regarding this, I'll call this item ready.
Thank you. Counselor Majok.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. All my items are ready. Unless if there are questions, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Counselor Allen.
President Hudson, I believe Councilor Allen is going to be at the meeting, but she asked me to take her items, and item 20 and 21 are both ready. Item 22 will be held.
Thank you. Counselor Driscoll.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items 23 through 34. Unless any of my fellow councilors have any additional questions, I believe all those items are ready to go.
I thought we were going to have a meeting on 23, no, or requested more information about how many signs, where the locations are.
Oh, yeah, correct. Correct. Yeah. I guess we will hold 23 then. Sorry. Thanks, Counselor. I forgot that.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Counselor Green, you have a waiver item?
Yeah, so that's a waiver item that'll be discussed in executive session.
Thank you. All righty, I need an adjournment to executive. We have executive session today? Yes, I need to adjourn to
Yes.
executive session.
Movement
Motion.
to adjourn. Yep.
Yes, can I have a
Second.
motion? All righty, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Jim, it's a separate line?
It is a separate link, and then we'll come back to this one for the voting meeting. It's scheduled for 12:30. I'll open it up now, and when everyone's ready. you
Oh.
can-
Well, you have it for 12:30?
Well, I just schedule it. You never know how long these are going to take, so I just do it for 12:30. But we can start it now, I guess. If
So is Law on the line?
Yes.
um,
Yes, Joe Barry, I'm ready to go.
Okay, thank you. All righty, I'll see you guys in executive session.
Thank you.
Executive. Thanks, President.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think Joe's on too, President
Yep.
Hudson.
I'm on.
All righty, I need a motion to adjourn.
So
Motion to adjourn.
Who second?
Seconded.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
See you at 1 o'clock.